Sergeant Dees, this is Pete Gow from CBS in London. How are you?
Doing very well, thanks. How about you?
Yeah, not bad at all. Thank you for joining us on, well, a historic day and what I gather will probably be quite a busy day for you.
Yeah, we are very excited to be finishing our last live broadcast from Baghdad, Iraq for AFN Iraq, and it is promising to be a very, very good day for radio here.
Thank you. Just before we start, can you just give me your full name, rank, hometown, and current posting within the Army, please, just for our tape? Thank you.
Okay. I am Sergeant First Class Don Dees. I reside in Woodbridge, Virginia, and I am here in Baghdad, Iraq, working for AFN Iraq, serving U.S. Forces Iraq.
Thank you, Sergeant. And so tell me, when did you first start at AFN in Baghdad?
I have been here in Baghdad since March of 2010. I was able to stick around and be part of the last rotation of soldiers manning the live radio station here in Baghdad, and today will be our last broadcast day, and we're very excited to make sure that we provide the news, information, and entertainment up to the final hour of our final day.
And you know, AFN has a number of great memories for a lot of people, myself included. I was over in Baghdad from 2004 to 2008 and rocked out to AFN myself on a number of occasions. Tell me some of the highlights that you remember.
Well, I was actually here on the air in 2005 doing the afternoon show then, and one of the great things that I got to do back then was interview football player Larry Izzo from the New England Patriots. That was a big highlight for me. Since I've been here, I've had the opportunity to speak several times with the USFI spokesman. I've had the opportunity to play lots of great music and requests for our troops here in Iraq, also to do the radio news from time to time, and on my final day of broadcast here I will get to interview live on the air Adrian Cronauer, who his story, of course, told in the Robin Williams movie Good Morning Vietnam, was sort of the big inspiration for me to join the Army and pursue this as a career.
And do you begin every broadcast with Good Morning Baghdad?
I'm sorry, that one more time, please?
Do you begin each broadcast with Good Morning Baghdad?
No, that's sort of his signature thing, and in deference to him, we don't really do that here.
So tell me a little bit about what AFN Baghdad provides. I mean, obviously you provide music and entertainment, but you know, is there a military purpose behind what you do as well? What do you bring to the soldiers on the ground beyond music?
Well, one of the things that's really important to commanders at all levels for all kinds of military organizations is to make sure that the individual soldiers are properly informed about policies, procedures, practices, opportunities that might exist for them. So one of the primary missions we have is to make sure that all of our troops are informed of all of the things that are necessary for them to do well and to continue to perform their duties, essentially.
And what about the music that you provide? I mean, how are the playlists for the programs brought up? I'm assuming that there are a number of songs that you just won't go near. You know, I mean, how are the songs selected for the playlists?
Well, one of the important things to remember is that we realize our target audience, those initial entry service members and junior officers, really don't have any other radio to turn to. So we make sure that we are playing the kinds of songs that they would hear if they were listening to the radio back home. So really the only restrictions we have in terms of music are those things that would have inappropriate lyrics that you wouldn't hear on the radio stations back in the States. So what we want to do is make sure that our playlist reflects the most popular songs from various genres that people are listening to back home, downloading, and buying for themselves. So we want to make sure that we have that popular selection of music to make sure we continue to entertain our troops, as well as make it something that's enjoyable and something they want to listen to, so that they receive the messages that we're trying to provide them.
And obviously, you know, it's bringing a little bit of home to places like Baghdad. No, I know AFN runs much further than just Baghdad, but what are the tracks that are most requested? You know, what are the ones that people are always shouting out for?
Well, I'll tell you that one of the things that we're doing is hyping our final song, which is a song that was the most requested by all of our listeners, and we will reveal that tonight at midnight live on the air. Some of the songs that we get a lot of requests for over the last several months, CeeLo Green, Forget You was a big song that we got a lot of requests for. P. Diddy, obviously a very popular artist right now. Folks like that are very, very popular, but the final song tonight is going to be revealed in the final moments of broadcast, and frankly, we can't wait to share that with our listeners.
And when phoning in and looking for requests, do you find that the service personnel, are they looking for something to motivate them, or are they looking for reminders of what it's like at home or loved ones at home, things like that?
You know, I think we get both. We get an equal number of each. You know, that is one of the nice things about radio, is it can be so responsive to the listener and can be so immediate in terms of the way that it interacts with people's lives, you know, whether it's on in the background while they're in their office or workplace setting, or whether they're relaxing on their own time, or if they're in the gym working out, or in the dining facility having a meal. So we're able to touch them at those various times during the day. So kind of depending on their mood, that'll dictate what kind of song they would be interested in hearing.
Now, I know that AFN will continue to broadcast in Baghdad. Is that correct? But from another location?
Right. We will do our last live broadcast here today from Baghdad, but the AFN signals that are available worldwide will still be rebroadcast from the satellite downlink over FM transmitters where U.S. forces remain until the end of Operation New Dawn.
And you know, given the discussion that's going on both within the media and beyond about the pullout of troops from Iraq, how significant is it that AFN are effectively pulling out of Baghdad today?
I'm sorry, say that one more time for me, please.
There's been much discussion about the withdrawal of American troops from Iraq, and of course what we're effectively seeing is American Forces Network, Baghdad Radio, pulling out of Iraq today. Do you think that sends out any kind of a signal?
Well, one of the things that we have to do as U.S. Forces Iraq is to transition our mission to a more Department of State-led mission so that the U.S. and Iraqi partnership can continue. And as that occurs, many organizations throughout the country are working now on their transition and reposturing plans, and they are, you know, pursuing those and handing off their mission to either Department of State or to Iraqi forces in most cases. AFN is part of U.S. Forces Iraq, and you know, in keeping with the requirements of the security agreement, we'll have to make those transitions just like every other organization. So it's a part of what every organization is feeling right now, and it's also important to realize that the transmitters remain as long as the troops do, and those signals will still get to them. They just won't originate from Baghdad.
And there's no fear amongst within yourself that this might send out perhaps a demoralizing message to the troops on the ground that remain on the ground?
No, because you know, the AFN mission worldwide is the same as our mission here. One of the things that I think has been somewhat of a comfort to many of the troops who are our listeners is knowing that our announcers are living and working right beside them each and every day. We won't be here, but our brothers and sisters in arms around the world certainly share that kindred spirit and will be serving them to the best of their ability wherever they may be serving today.
And just finally, I know that you get a lot of feedback from service personnel. What kind of, tell me about you know, a phone call that you had or a bit of feedback that you had from anybody that kind of really has made this tour of duty worthwhile.
Well, I have to tell you that you know, throughout our service here, we interact daily with listeners. The things that resonate most with me is when I get an email about the soldiers who work for me, and when someone comments on what a great job they are doing, because I know that the soldiers of AFN, both on the radio side, the television news side, and our technicians, get up every morning and come to work excited to be a part of what it is that we do to provide that news, information, and entertainment. And when a soldier, sailor, airman, or Marine out there in Iraq takes the time to send me a personal email to tell me how grateful they are for the work that my soldiers do, I am very, very, very proud to have such a great group of folks to work with.
And finally, do you consider the service you provide as AFN, as important and as integral the overall equipping of a soldier to get through a tour of duty in a theater like Iraq or Afghanistan?
Again, the mission of AFN is twofold. One is to inform, the other is to entertain and provide that morale boost. And, they sort of go hand in hand, because the more you know, the easier it is to deal with the situation you find yourself in. So that constant flow of information, constant flow of news, very critical to keeping our forces focused and motivated, and the morale boost that we provide to give them the opportunity to kind of decompress and relax at the end of a day's work, also very important. So it's a huge service, and that's why the Department of Defense spends the effort and energy and resources they do to put us here on the ground to provide what we do for the troops.
And just finally, Sergeant, if you were on air now and not talking to me, what would be your goodbye message to the troops that you served in Iraq?
Having spent almost 19 months here now on this tour, and having spent a full year here in the past, there's been a lot of hard work, there's been a lot of sacrifice made on behalf of our folks back home, and of course on behalf of the Iraqi people, and a lot of Iraqi sacrifice at that same time. And I think that each and every service member who's been here needs to know that what they've done has made a difference, and that Iraq will be a better place for our having been here.
Sergeant Dees, thank you very much for your time. Hope tonight's broadcast goes very well, and best of luck in whatever you do next, and safe home to the States.
Thanks so much. I appreciate that. Thanks for taking the time to have us on the air.
No problem. Thank you.